All right, yeah, so in October, like 5 months ago, I got attacked by a shark, dude, out of nowhere.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome into the Rest Up Podcast. This is going to be episode 25. Wow, that's actually crazy, Tim. Can you believe we've done 25 of these things?
Nah.
That's crazy. Well, we have two very special guests here tonight. Can I have you boys introduce yourselves to the microphones and the camera?
Yeah, I'm Teddy Wideman.
And I'm Beckham McCart.
All right. Today we're going to be talking about walking wisely and what that is. As far as I know, it's a weekend retreat. Friday night, Saturday, and then Sunday morning, right? And basically, it's just we're going to dive into how fellowship is important at all ages. And even though it's not a go-away camp, it's still important to have these little retreats and that kind of fellowship. And then we're going to dive into these two boys and how powerful their testimonies are. Editor, you know what to do.
Roll that intro, baby.
You guys know what to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share if you're new. On the road to 300 subscribers. That's kind of crazy to say. You guys have been killing it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. We just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you guys for sticking around. Coming in the next month is going to be new content, so you guys definitely want to hit subscribe if you guys are new. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff that's going to be a little different, maybe some IRL content, and just bringing the word out further past this camera and this podcast setup.
Sir.
All right. That's one thing that's been on my heart lately, and Tim and I have been talking about it, and we want to go out, be bold. That's something that we talk about a lot, and I feel like just sitting here and doing a podcast week after week isn't enough, and that's not where our hearts are at. I think Tim and I have bigger plans than we talk about on camera.
Yeah.
So, you guys know what to do. As always, just welcome in, gentlemen. We're going to start in with Tim. All right, Tim, how is walking wisely? And real quick, before we get into that part, you want to just explain what it is?
Yeah, so walking wisely is going to be basically a weekend retreat, like he said. It's basically time where you get to spend quality time with people that you know and people that you don't know. For example, I have like 30 or so people in my group, and I spent a lot of time with some of my boys that I knew, and I also got to meet Teddy a lot more, hang out with him. It was pretty cool. But basically, we have 4 or 5 services during the whole weekend. We had a pastor come in, preach us the word, and we had five worship nights, same thing. And yeah, you kind of just get a feel of what God is trying to tell you in a weekend. And we really came in with expectant hearts, and God moved in a way that was very holy. And now we're here, getting ready to dive in this thing.
And then Teddy, you wanna talk about your experience with walking wisely and how it was?
Yeah, I thought it was life changing. I mean, it was just a couple days, but I mean, I didn't know what to expect because I didn't know many of the kids there. I knew. I had seen Tim, met him, my buddy Aiden, a couple other kids, but really didn't know many people coming into it. So it was a good experience getting close with a lot of those kids, and now I'm back here with you guys and just hanging out with some of the other kids.
Yeah.
Beckham, I know you weren't there, and I wasn't there either. So just real quick, if you want, have you ever been on a retreat or anything like that before, and just dive into how you feel those are important?
Actually, so when we were there at the Countrymen kind of thing, it was talking a lot about what your name is, and the devil really likes to talk about that your sin is your name to all your sins that you do, and I was really just talking about that and preaching that to all the guys there, and what really spoke to me was who we really are in Christ, and that's who our name is.
Yeah.
And that's what really spoke to me when I was there. And at the end of the whole preaching, they invited everyone up to get a new name, and that's in Jesus. And all these guys just he put on music, and they were just well, come on up here and give your life to the Lord. And all these guys were doing prayers with them, and dude, guys were getting on their knees and just crying, and Like it was
that's awesome.
It was
That's
a next
real,
level
dude.
experience.
Yeah.
For sure. It was something. Yeah.
So Teddy, do you want to break down how your time was spent at Walking Wisely?
Mm-hmm.
You know how Beckham, you know, saw, you know, men getting up. He saw that transformation,
Mm-hmm.
you know, work through their hearts. Did you see stuff like that at Walking Wisely?
Yeah, I did. A couple of, or at least one or two of the kids in our group, in Tim and I's group, they really accepted the Lord and kind of surrendered. I think that's a lot. That was a lot about what was talked about, was just surrendering your life and kind of pushing your pride aside and just letting the Lord take control. So it was cool to see one of Beckham and I's old surf buddies was there, and yeah, he seemed like he was on fire. He seemed filled with the Holy Spirit. So I did get to see a couple kids get saved, and then just kids I didn't know as well, just in all grades, all just male and female. Yeah.
Was there anybody that you saw before they gave their life to Christ that was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that kind of person, I guess you could say, would go up there and do that? Was there anyone that like looked different, I guess, that like really like pulled your heart and you're like, wow, it is possible for anyone to receive the Lord?
I didn't see anybody that I was like, whoa, like they're like coming to the Lord, like they like seem like they're not in the right place for that. But I really didn't see anybody. Really, honestly, everyone I was around, I was just the kindest, coolest person. So
that's good.
I did not see anyone I was like, whoa, like I don't know, like that seems a little bit off. But no, everything seemed in the right place, and the vibes were just awesome, and I know the Holy Spirit was there working in everyone.
That was fire. How was the worship? Who did they have?
Dude, the worship, it was the best. I've never had a worship experience like with a band like that. I mean, that's just where you can just let everything go and just praise as hard as you can.
Yeah.
That was fire. Who was it, Tim?
It was Move Love Worship.
Move Love Worship.
Yeah.
Okay, I respectfully haven't heard of them. I'm sorry, but no, that's cool.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Was there any songs that they did that you really were like?
There were like two different songs. There was one of them that really, really touched my heart because I knew it before, and it's called "Presence of the Lord."
Dude,
and
that song was so good.
Yeah, like it's just
that's Teddy's favorite song.
I played it in the car today, probably like
so
9 times.
Yeah.
It's just so good because it's like it's like 400 kids standing in the same room, and literally the lyrics are, "The presence of the Lord is with me right now."
Oh, that's so
and that I'm getting chills just talking about that.
Yeah, speaking of chills, when one of the other verses or lyrics in that song is, "The presence of the Lord is falling right now," and I really felt when he said that, like I felt, and I'm not making this up, I had chills, felt like they fell through my body, and like I just felt like so alive. And I talked to a couple other kids, they said they felt the same thing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and then Tim, your dad showed me a video, y'all upstairs jumping in like the bottom floor. So the room you guys were upstairs in for one of the worships or whatever, and downstairs they were getting ready for like a game or something, and y'all were jumping, and the tiles in the floor were like crumbling and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, we're gonna put the video right here, and you guys are gonna see how crazy it was, like how much they were worshiping. Because I thought that was crazy.
Yeah. No.
I was kind of scared when I saw it.
I heard that roof's designed to do that. Is that true?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's
a flex.
It's meant to bounce, but not the tiles actually moving.
Dude, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I would have ran out of the room if I was underneath us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's people underneath us filming. Like, just crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, for anyone that's listening, not watching, you guys could probably tell. They kind of sound like surfers. They got that talk in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then for everyone watching, you can definitely tell with blonde hair like that. That's blonde that you can't get unnaturally.
Dude,
like,
definitely Beckham.
Everyone always asks me if it's like bleached or something.
Do you bleach it?
No, natural.
This is complete natural.
So, how did you guys get started in surfing? Whoever wants to take it.
I mean, it's just really we started at a young age. I mean, what, you were surfing when you were probably 3 or something?
Dude, same thing.
Yeah.
Like probably like 5 and just like was doing it for fun. My dad always started surfing and he just brought it along to me. Same with Teddy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we both live super close to the beach, so it was like normal routine, just down to the beach when we were super little, and then it just took over. I think we both had that love and that fire underneath us for it, and it just took over our lives really when we were young, and we started doing just the local contests. And we just took off. Like we enjoyed it. We spent the days at the beach with friends. It wasn't that serious when you were super young, but now we're definitely taking it serious. Like traveling around the country, different parts of the world.
Yeah. No, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel that before you get ready, for like a tournament or something, do you feel like you having the Lord on your back takes a lot of the pressure away?
That's a good question. Honestly, before I want to say walking wisely, what we were just talking about, my focus before an event has always been on the event. When I really think now I want to have it on the Lord and let me just, like, whatever his plan is for me, I just live through that and be able to see that. Because I know that I always am living through it, but I want it to be I want that to be a huge focus. But I don't think I ever put it on him and was like, okay, it's all on you, Lord. Just whatever you want to happen, just let's do it. It was always like, okay, Lord, send me the right waves, and like I need to do this, and I know, and I think I put a lot on myself, but now I want to experiment and just try just giving it all to the Lord.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, I think that'll really help. I know that's what Beckham does. So
Beckham, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I definitely will. I would definitely say Jesus, he takes it all away for sure. He's the one that does it all. And actually, my win out in California, winning the USA National Championships, that
crazy,
all because of Jesus. I remember me and Teddy had this one competition at Ponce, and best heat ever. Yeah. We and him were going back to back.
And for those who don't know, heat is just it's 20 minutes just surfing in competition with a couple other kids out. Just because I don't think everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's a heat. It's
heat.
20 minutes long. 4 surfers, best 2 waves in 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Go into a total, and it's like
how do they score?
Process of elimination. It's based on the criteria: speed, power, and flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess that pretty much sums it up pretty well.
Exactly.
Best waves, best maneuvers. Yeah. So continue.
So me and Teddy talk about it all the time. So it was last year, and me and Teddy were in this final, and we both haven't been in a heat yet, and we got to the final, and then we were in the heat.
Because we were on opposite sides of the bracket.
Exactly. Yeah. So our rankings were different, and we were going against all these other guys. So I took out one field, Teddy took out the other field, and then we both go to the final, and then we're faced at the final together.
Like a 1v1?
With 2 other kids. There's 2 other kids.
It's a 4-person final, but it's pretty much
with how the story goes, it was Beckham and I.
Exactly.
All right, you're very humble, huh?
Yeah. No, so the contest at Ponce Inlet, just right over there next to New Smyrna Beach. Mm-hmm. And so how our heat went, it's called a heat. So how the heat went was, I went to the left-hand side of the jetty, and then Teddy went towards the jetty at the peak at Ponce Inlet, and he took that route. And then I was like, dang, that left-hand side of the jetty, I was like, dude, that thing had a sick bull right. So I was like,
what?
Bro, they're not going to understand.
Oh, yeah. So a bull right is a peak, and it's
just a good wave. Just a good wave.
Okay, so peak is a wave.
Yeah. Sorry, it's surfing language, sorry. But anyways, so what happened was I went to the left-hand side and Teddy went to the right-hand side. He was next to the jetty, I wasn't. And I took that route because I saw something that I thought Teddy didn't see or something. And so I started the heat off with a 9, and then 2 minutes after that I got an 8-point ride.
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
Which those are the biggest scores they can get, except a 10-point ride is perfect. You know?
Yeah, perfect ride.
So Yeah, so I had an 8 and a 9. I thought I was just ruling. I ruled that heat, and then probably like 5 minutes after that, I'm like, bro, Teddy's like comboed, so he needed a combination of scores to beat me and win. And I was like, bro, I won.
Yeah,
but like but like actually that taught me something to be humble after that final. But anyways, so I'm just in the lead. I'm carrying the pack, and then probably like after 5 minutes, Teddy starts to paddle towards me in the heat. He starts to get over to my peak.
Because we were separated, and I noticed he was getting all these good waves. I'm like, I gotta switch up my game. Like my strategy is not working. So I paddle over to Beckham, and then
so Teddy paddles over to me, and then he has pry over me, which that's also
priority is you. If a wave comes, you get like if I have priority over Beckham, I can get that wave no matter what. That's my wave.
Yeah.
Like any wave that comes in, it's my wave.
He had higher priority.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because you had a higher score. Is that how that works, or how do they get priority?
It works differently. So it works with the color jersey you have on.
Yeah, so you wear a jersey when you paddle out.
Okay.
Yeah.
In this scenario, I remember actually you had a white jersey on, I had red, but that doesn't matter. But
yeah. So Teddy paddles over to me. I'm like, frick, dude.
Because I had priority.
Because like he paddles over to me, and I'm like, dude, don't come over here, dude.
Get out of here.
Because Beckham's just catching wave after wave over here on the side.
Dude, and I'm like, dude, because I knew he had priority over me. And so he paddles over to me, and then he gets this super sick bomb set that comes over me. Right bolt. There you go. And he gets that wave, and he pulls he gets what do you get, a 7, right?
I don't remember.
I think you got a 7, and he gets a 7 on that wave and clicks.
No, I remember this story. I remember this. Like, I remember what happened.
All right.
It was. I don't want to interrupt you.
Go for it. Yeah.
But it was. I paddled over, and like the best wave, like the wave that you want in a contest came to me, and I was like, comboed. I need a big score. I knew I had to go big, and I go for this air because in surfing, like these airs that you do are high risk.
You, like, go up?
Yeah, it's when you hit the lip of the wave and you project up above the lip, and it's hard. You gotta keep your board under your feet. You gotta land in the right spot. It's hard to pull off.
Yeah.
And especially in a heat under pressure, you need a score. And I get the most perfect wave for it, and I get a good section, and I just do like this kind of air that.
Oh my gosh, dude! You gotta get my point of view on this one, dude. Dude, so like what happened was Teddy paddles over to me. He grabs this wave, and then I'm like, dude, all I just don't want him to do is get those 2 scores that he needs.
Yeah.
And then I just see him launch, and I'm like, dude, there's no way he just landed that. And then he lands it, rides out, claims it. He's like, then the whole beach just erupts. And I'm just like, dude, there's no way he gets the next score, because he needed after that wave he got.
I got a 9.6 on that wave out of 10.
That's crazy.
So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm back in it. Like,
and then
I just need a 7.5 at this point. Like, I just need a backup score.
Yeah.
And with like 30 seconds left, I'm hustling. I need to find anything I can get. Another one of those really good waves come, and I'm like, let's go. Like, I'm about to get this.
Yeah.
And it just comes to me, like, from the grace of God, I surfed the wave exactly how I needed to, finished it, and just got the score at the end.
Oh my!
But Beckham and I just laugh about this heat.
Yeah, so we always talk about it just here and now and then. Like, dude, that would be one of the best heats of our lives.
Like a story of a lifetime, just like a memory.
Because we're like best friends since we were little, and it's just so good talking about it. And so like after like he got the score and Teddy went to the lead, I went to second. Dude, I was so bummed, bro. I was bummed. But then like after the heat ended, I was just like, at that point, I was so stoked at the same time, because like, dude, Teddy like my best friend, and we both had like the best scores they could get in a heat. And he had a 9, I had a 9, and then I had an 8, and he had.
Like the difference between our heat was 0.2 out of 20. Out of 20.
Yeah, Teddy
possible.
won by like a 0.2, and it was just so close, and like the battle was just so good. I couldn't, be frustrated.
And then Beckham was an awesome sport after when you win, they do this thing where they put you on your shoulders and they carry you up the beach, or they chair you up the beach when you win a contest. And Beckham carried me up the beach with one of the other surfers, and it was just a cool.
So
I really
fun.
appreciate
Such
that.
a good moment. But actually, after that, when I got second, I remember telling Jesus that, Jesus, I know you have a lot more in store for me.
Mhm.
I know this isn't my time to win. But I remember telling Jesus that I trust you with what moment you have for me and for when my time is right. And so I remember I trusted Jesus, and I continued to just trust him. And that competition out in California at Lowers, I actually, it's the USA National Championships, and I won the USA National Championships under U16 and won the championships in the nation. So I got first in the nation.
Out of all the kids our age.
In June 2024. So,
Wow.
so, and then I just,
So you boys are like legit.
yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Like, and I just feels like we're always, dude, that gave you the nudge though, but it feels like we're always just back and forth.
Yeah.
Like,
That's so fire.
That's
though.
so cool.
So cool.
And
So-
you guys aren't like frenemies. You guys are friends.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
we hang out all the time.
Yeah, it gets heated in the water. It's like,
But it's in the when it's in the water, it's a different story.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you
that's
leave
so
you leave everything on the beach when you paddle out in that heat. You leave everything on the beach. You go out and you're just you want to win. That's all you go there for. You're not like talking in the when you're out in your heat like oh, like the waves are fun, or you're trying your best to win.
Yeah, you're locked in.
You're aggressive. Like you're doing everything you can.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I got to watch Beckham win that contest. I was sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
I got to cheer him up the beach, which is crazy because he cheered me after that smaller win. But but it just is so cool to watch.
So who's better?
Oh my
Oh, dude, we're both great, dude. All right. Yeah. So me and Teddy went to Australia about a month ago or so.
Yeah.
And we went out there for a competition, and it was at Snapper Rocks, a really famous wave. And so when we went out there and inputting on when you said is there a lot of Christians in surfing history, I think there is, because when we went out there, me and Teddy met a good friend out there, and now he's pretty much our good friend now.
Mhm.
His name's Isaac, and he's also a Christian, and we had a lot of input on that because we were talking about it. We were all there just doing Bible studies, whatever. But like going across the whole world and then knowing that he was also a Christian, I thought that was beautiful. You know, like just like dude, like it kind of blew my mind. So like I thought that was pretty cool to like, you know, he's across the whole world, and I think it is big. And but it has been getting a lot bigger lately. Like my friend Luke Naldo, he loves Jesus too, and just like meeting new friends on the door on just how it goes, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, that's fire.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
This might sound like kind of weird and dumb, but like,
all good.
but do you guys like feel like closer to God, like at the beach, like in the waves? Like, do you guys
water?
like feel that, or like? Because I know like
And his
for
creation.
yeah, because I feel like many sports is like surrounded with like they kind of like change the environment where it's not like just pure creation. But I feel like surfing, you can't really change that.
Yeah, you're just in the ocean, and there's just energy coming from like a just open ocean, and you're like there's the energy from. I think this is how it is. I think that there's like I don't want to say this weird, but like you know what grounding is? Like grounding, like when you walk on like the beach or in grass with bare feet.
Yeah.
I think like the whole time you're in the ocean, that like energy from the earth is like you're just surrounded by it, and obviously God's creation, and you're in the sun, and you're like I think it's one of the healthiest things you can do.
Yeah.
But I always feel like I feel closer to God, and like I just quiet time. I can just talk with Him whenever after a good wave, after a bad wave, after a frustrating session, or like my best session. Like He's always there for me. And I can always just come to Him and thank Him, or ask Him questions, or so I feel closer to God.
I also do. I actually like when I'm waiting for a wave to come in, I love just meditating on His creation. I'm just looking at the sunrise, sunset whenever we go out. Especially going to these different places like Barbados. Me and Teddy are going there on Monday, and I remember going there last year, and it was absolutely beautiful. Yeah. And I
like the island life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty funny, but some kids they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm I'm looking like towards the beach. I'm just looking at this creation. But like, it's very funny. But like I just like, I don't care. I just love Jesus' creation. Yeah, it's beautiful. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Really like to admire it as I just like it's definitely peaceful. So yeah.
No, that's so Teddy.
All right,
you got this scar that I've been noticing.
Yeah.
It's pretty. What do you guys call it? Gnarly.
So
it's
gnarly.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the camera can pick up, but like I can see like where. Just break it down. Like what is it? Like what is that big scar?
All right, yeah. So in October, like 5 months ago, I got attacked by a shark, dude.
That's
out
crazy.
of nowhere. Just out of nowhere, surfing.
Was it in New Smyrna?
It was not. It was
I'm surprised it's not, dude.
Yeah,
There's so many sharks.
Yeah,
there.
that's true. It was down in Melbourne Beach near Sebastian Inlet.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I was surfing the day after the Milton hurricane had passed through, and the waves are
Pumping.
Yeah, it was big, and there's a lot going on. There's current, there's wind, there's all the elements, and sharks too.
Obviously, yeah, we found one.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
real quick.
we'll put the video of me getting bit right here. No,
Oh,
just
there's a
kidding.
video. We'll throw the photo up so you guys can see
photo
that.
right here.
Yeah, right here. You guys are gonna see that it is true, based on a true story.
Yeah. Dude, I remember getting this like text like, dude, Teddy got bit by a shark. Bro, I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And then I call him, he's in the hospital. He's like, yeah, I got bit by a shark. I'm like, what? Dude, no way. Like, dude, my friend got bit by a shark. That's pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, you're good. It's a detailed story. So
yeah, I want to talk about it all. Okay, so yeah, so the day after that hurricane, we were surfing with one of my buddies, and there's no one else around us. Far up and down the beach, as you could see, no one else around, no one on the beach, and after one wave, I had been surfing for almost an hour at this point, and I was feeling confident, like I was feeling fine, and then I caught a wave and fell onto the water, and I got back up, got my breath, was pulling my board back to me, and as I'm reaching the other arm around to grab the board to push myself back up, so to start paddling back out, as I'm reaching, this thing just comes from inside out of nowhere and grabs the inside of my arm.
Wow.
Yeah, and now at this point it's grabbed my arm here. It's along the side of my body because I was in the water, like chest up in water, and I was holding the board. Oh, they can't see. I was holding the board in this arm, and I just have my board here, and the shark's just here thrashing for probably a couple seconds. Doesn't seem like long, but I got a good look at it, and as big as me, 6 foot shark, bull shark. Yeah, and it was intense, and
How'd you get it off?
it just. Oh wait, I put in a headlock.
Okay, go.
Headlock.
No, put it in a
Headlock. Punch to the nose with the arm I was getting bit with. Punch to the nose. Yeah, like that, and then pop the eyes and then let go.
Nah.
The eyes. Oh, you had
I'm just messing. It just bit here and thrashed once or twice, let go. Thankfully.
Oh my.
Thankfully let go.
Did you feel it?
Yeah, I felt like this. I thought a wave hit me because I'm like knocked back and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And I look and it's just right here next to me, and it let go, and I look and it didn't even feel real. I just had a huge hole where this gash is. I don't know if they can see. It's just missing part of my arm. Couple other teeth marks on the bottom too is all
my God.
mangled, and I'm like, this doesn't feel real. I wasn't in any pain, just
That's
felt
crazy.
like a slight pressure.
Yeah.
Just a
That's
slight
crazy.
pressure.
Wow.
And then I just screamed to my friend like a little girl. I just screamed, help! Like it's so loud to my buddy.
Yeah, because
showing
it
in my
hurt.
arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, am I
Dude,
gonna
yeah, it
die
hurt.
right now? I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And he sees, thankfully, I don't know. It was so rough. I don't know how he saw me, but so he catches a wave in. I'm paddling in as fast as I can, like through this deep part of the water where there's always sharks, bleeding out. I thought I was gonna get hit again. I was like,
Dude.
just
Oh, the trough.
The trough.
Oh my,
yeah.
so gnarly paddling.
The
through
trough
that.
is
Oh my gosh.
is usually on big days like
Yeah.
this day was. It's right off the shore. It's shallow and then it drops. And you know how there's always like that deep part where there's no waves breaking?
Yeah.
That's like a highway for these sharks. Like they're always cruising in there.
Dude, that's where they live.
That's their zone.
It's so gnarly there.
And I was paddling through like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna get hit right now. And I didn't care that I was using this arm. I was just trying to get in onto the beach.
Yeah.
And I finally get in, and by the grace of God, man, there's two people like way up the beach. Like they could barely see me. And if these people weren't here, I don't know what would have happened. But they saw me and they thought I was just waving hey to them. But I was like waving my board, had my arm up, trying not to have it bleed, keep it above my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm waving my board, and then they see me and they're starting to walk towards me. And he told me, he was like, oh my gosh, it was a man and his wife. And he said, oh my gosh, like I think this kid is like he's bleeding, like what's going on? And he gets closer and he realizes, and he takes his shirt off. Ties it around my shoulder.
Like a tourniquet?
Exactly, because there were no tourniquets on the beach. They should have them. They should have some at the access, the boardwalks. But
it's been happening a lot lately, huh?
It's been happening.
Right.
They need to definitely get these tourniquets on the beach.
Hey, you heard it here first. Brevard County.
Shout out.
Step it up on those beach accesses.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm sitting down on the beach, keeping my arm up still, like just trying to breathe. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to pass out. I'm just survival mode, I guess is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So then I get back onto my feet. I'm not bleeding out as bad. I was like pretty surprised. Like could have been a lot worse. And I get to the boardwalk where I paddled out, and this man and his wife are helping me off the beach, and then they call the ambulance. The ambulance shows up super fast. I get in, and then this is when it starts to hurt. Like I'm sitting on the side of the road, like cars passing by. My friends are showing up. Like the word spread so fast. I'm like sitting there, and I'm just like trying to breathe. And there was this moment where I sat there for a second, and I knew that there was people around me, and I sat, and I was like, I need to breathe. I just need to. And I didn't pray. I don't know why. Like that's not where my mind was at for some reason. And then I sat down, and like I remember everything just went silent, and like I felt like just relaxed, like and I was like, oh, this is weird. Like I'm not in pain. I'm not like I don't know what it was. But now I realize I know exactly what it was. I mean, come on, it was God was with me. Like He was keeping me safe, and He had people around me protecting me. And then my parents show up, and that was the hardest part, like showing my parents what had happened. I had to call them on one of the people's phones and was like, I got bit, like it's bad. I don't know. Like I didn't want to show them. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it seemed. And they get there. My dad's, I've never seen him with his face on with this expression on his face. He's like, just eyes open, like straight face, like what is going on? My mom's like crying. And the ambulance gets there, a couple tests on me, and then they send me straight to the hospital, and and then I was taken care of. But it was just all happened so fast, and it was crazy. But that moment sitting down, I really felt like I didn't know what it was at the time, but thinking back on it, I mean, God was with me, keeping me safe, and I really think that this incident could have gone a lot further. Mm-hmm. There could have not been anyone with me. They couldn't have had a phone to call 911. There couldn't have been,
because that's not like a beach that everyone goes to. Like
Beckham knows this beach was no one around.
There's never people there. Like there's just like,
especially the day after a hurricane.
Oh my gosh,
no one around.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be just in shelter and place or something.
Just chilling. Yeah.
What time of the day was this?
I was just about to say it's almost dark out. It's sun setting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so many things could have gone further that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. It's like looking back on it, I realized in the hospital, and I really think that's kind of the start to this chapter in my life where I've gone closer to God. I mean, that kicked me in the butt a little bit. Definitely got me.
Yeah,
definitely got me
going.
Got me like thinking. Yeah,
He's like, God's like, dude, you need to get your walk with God going.
Yeah. It helped me realize I can't get cut.
And you said earlier when we were just chilling, it was like 40 stitches.
Yeah, it was just under 40, like 36 stitches.
Jeez, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Tim's got some words for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this reminds me of? I was actually reading this morning with the other boys. We're in James 1:2-3. It says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." And you know what that reminds me of? Is it like, even though we have to face like these crazy things in our life that like seem like why is this happening to me? Like why is this all breaking down on me? Like at the end of the day, like you found God.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't know if like I don't know what your walk with Christ looked like before, but I feel like you're kind of telling us that like because that happened, like you felt like closer to God.
Mm-hmm. I just felt like he was there. Like this shark could have taken my arm off. Like I said, all these factors could have just played out way differently.
A lot of what ifs.
Yeah, a lot of what ifs. I had no infection, no artery damage, or it didn't bite into any arteries, no ligament damage, tendon damage. Like how did this not happen? It's in such a crucial part.
Yeah. Dude,
like there's a lot going on right here.
Your arm.
Yeah, you got major veins, you got where all your fingers connect.
Almost
it's
your
just
muscles.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's insane. I have lost some muscle, but it's like I'm back surfing and I'm back to my normal routine,
dude,
which is cool.
Dude, God's got you, bro. I mean, I guess this is gonna really just show that, like how he didn't let Peter drown, right? He didn't let him drown. So like he let him go through the storm, but didn't let him drown.
Dude,
yeah,
amen.
So
that's true.
That really reflects on that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
It just goes to show wherever you are at any point.
Yeah.
When you give him the opportunity, he'll reveal himself.
Exactly. Yeah. Any problem, you know.
I like that how you said like when you give him opportunity, because I feel like some people like come on God, do something right now. And if you don't, then I don't believe in you.
Oh,
and it's
so
like
that reminds me of a good sentence that I learned from some wise people. It's wrong to question God, but it's not wrong to ask him questions. And I think that's really important, because there's plenty of times that when I was less mature in my walk that I'd be like, God, if you're real, do something right now.
Yeah.
And nothing would happen. I'd be like, oh, there you go. God's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of a time that I was like, God, I really, I need you today. And it was this week. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And Phil Wickham's Sunday is Coming is like one of my favorite worship songs. And it was going to the chorus of He's Alive. And when it hit that, oh my gosh, when that chorus hits, when I'm in the car by myself, I just feel a really warm presence, and I just feel the love of the Holy Spirit. And as the same time He is alive, I see a sign, and it's not a church sign, it's a business sign, and it says Jesus loves you. And I just started breaking down while I was driving, because it was literally, I kid you not, like in a snap of a finger, perfect timing.
Yeah.
And it really made me reflect on why I do what I do. And it really showed me that He's got my back no matter where I am. I was just in the car driving home from work. Yeah, I was driving home from work. I just got out of the car wash because all the pollen was on my car. Yeah. And it was just, He's alive. And then that sign just, Jesus loves you. And it wasn't a church sign, because on that road there's plenty of churches, plenty of businesses. It was just a random sign, and I saw it just like that.
Nice.
And that was like it was just, anytime I'm down in the rut and I really want the Lord to reveal Himself, he just has surprises like that. And it was just so comforting. And after that, I pulled over and I just started bawling my eyes out.
No way.
And I was just like, God, I really do love you. And I just appreciate you. And it was one of those things that it was just so random. Yeah. It was so random. But it was something I needed. Because I feel like the older that we get set in our routine, and we just go through the steps of, I got to go to work this week. I got to go to church this week. I got to make sure my meal preps are like set, and like all these routines and all these things that we have to get done, that we start to forget that we need that time with God. We need that quiet time. We need that alone time. And that one day he just flooded my heart with, I need you to be with me right now. And it was great. It was great, and it was so random too. It was just I was just on Wickham.
That was this week, you said?
Yeah, it was just I was just cruising down Wickham.
That's crazy.
And it just right there.
Yeah, that's how he works. He's working always, so that's pretty cool.
Now that we're talking about bawling our eyes out, can I share my walking Wesley experience?
No, we got Shark Talk.
Sorry, bro. You're right.
That's
more important. No.
Go for it, Tim.
Yeah, so walking Wesley's always been special to me. I've gone 3 times. First time was like really when I like accepted God in my life. Second time is when I started rests. And the third time, it's just like, it's always been special. Like this year is really special to me because like I came into walking wisely like being expectant that God was going to do the great works, but I didn't know what, because I was like, I don't know what God wants like for me. Like I don't know what He wants to work in me. But something I realized that was really, really cool is that like I try to do a lot of things for Christ. Like I'm out here doing a podcast. I volunteer like as many things as I can. I try to attend as many Bible studies as I can. But like sometimes you got to go back and say like, why do you do everything that you do? And I guess God really answered that question. Like this was Saturday morning. We were at worship, and Big Mike, my leader, comes next to me. He's like, hey man, like let's enjoy these moments until we can, because like next year, like we have one more Walking Wisely and then it's over. We don't have camp anymore. And so I was like, I don't know why, out of confusion and like I was just lost in my mind, I just started like crying out to God. And I was just crying and crying uncontrollably. And I haven't had this since camp, the first time I ever accepted Christ. So this is special to me. I'm like, okay, what is it that you want from me, God? And I was just crying and crying. And all of a sudden, like just like that, like I had a vision, and it was like a story, and God was just taking me through my whole testimony. What? And it was like, Tim, this is why you do what you do. And I was like so undeserving, because sometimes I forget like where I come from and where I am now. And I just saw like my life in France, how I was like such a bad kid. And then I moved to like Florida, and I saw why every single thing happened for like a reason. Like my family's gone through like some hardships. Like I'm talking like my great grandpa, who was a pastor, I never got to meet him because he died. And then my grandpa, who was my mom's dad, also died. And because of those 2 deaths, that really like struck, like my family struggled because of that. And so my parents like, we need a new life. Like we need to restart. We need to be fresh. And so that's the reason that we came here. But like, dude, if I never came here, then I would have never had this right here. Yeah. And I would have never felt the Holy Spirit.
What are the chances, bro? Like you could have gone anywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Could have met anywhere in America too.
Yeah. It's just like God's timing is so perfect. And like God's like something that I was reminded of is that like, just because I came to God, that doesn't mean that God came to me. Like when I came to God, God came to me when I took my first breath on this earth. And it was really, really encouraging, because it's like, bro, God's always had me. Like that's what we're talking about. Like the shark bite, like even though like we weren't expecting God was with us, and He's always with us.
Yeah. I was like a little bit, I was like, how could this happen? I have a contest in 2 weeks. I'm giving this my all. Like I'm putting the time in, not my all, but I'm like putting the work in. I'm giving this an effort, and like I'm a bit now, and I'm going to be out for who knows how long. Yeah. And then it's like, but like, it's just like this perfect plan that I didn't see coming, that I was like, this isn't God. This is like, this sucks at the time. Yeah. But then after the fact in the hospital and talking with my parents, who are God loving and love me so much, it's like, they just really explained to me and helped me realize.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Oh, that's so fire. What about you, Beckham?
With what?
You got like any times that you were like, that?
I want to hear how you got saved, because I know that.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
I love that story. That's best story. It's where we gave our lives to Jesus. Okay. So how I got saved was I was going to this youth group, and it's over next to where I live, over in Melbourne Beach. And I started going to this youth group. This was about a year ago from now. And I started going to this youth group, and I would go every Wednesday, every night, just going. And I was always called myself a Christian, but never really followed Jesus himself. And I would always stand for to represent Jesus. I'd always stand for him, like, dude, like, you don't believe in God? Dude, you believe in God? Yeah. He's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't follow him. And this is when I gave my life to Jesus and I started following him. So, I started going to youth group and just going there and met some friends. And there was this one random night when I went there, and that's pretty much how it goes. Just that random night, just like that random time you saw Jesus talking to you. Like, it's always those random times, that's how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was just, I thought it was a normal day at youth group, but no, this was a lot different. So, so I went to youth group, and I saw my buddy Isaac. I met friends, like I said, and I was hanging out with my buddy Isaac, and youth group was starting to end, and we were talking about heaven and hell. And I knew that there is heaven and hell. And like I said, I didn't really follow Jesus himself. And he was like, we started talking about heaven and hell, and how, like, how do I go to heaven and how do I go to hell? Or, like, how do I go to heaven and how do I not go to hell? I started talking to him about that. And then, like, he was, like, just telling me, like, well, are you saved? And I was like, I think. What does that mean?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I started to get super scared. And, like, I was like, whoa, like, am I saved? Like, I started to ask myself that. And I started to get super scared. And, like, I was just like, oh my gosh, Isaac, I want to go to heaven, man. I don't want to go. I don't want to, I want to be a follower of Jesus. That's what I want to be. And so he was like, we were just talking about it, and we were talking about heaven and like it says in the Bible on what it's gonna be like, and how it's gonna, like how, like, there's gonna be no sadness. Just talking all about it, and so he was like, here, come with me after youth group. We're gonna do a prayer. And I was like, well, what kind of prayer is this? I was kind of asking myself this. So I kind of just waited, and youth group ended. Everyone was kind of leaving, and so we went outside of the youth group. As we were walking out the doors, he was like, here, come here, Beckham. And so we bow our heads, and I start to go to this prayer, and then, like, actually, before we even said the prayer, I felt this, like, I looking back at it now, I remember feeling something that was just like a strong something, like something strong that came to me, of just, like, accepting it, like, because I already accepted it before. Now that I think about it. And so he starts to say this. He was like, we started to pray, and he's just like, Jesus, Beckham, he wants to give his life to you. He doesn't want to be like this words. And I started repeating these words to him and stuff. And after the prayer, I don't think I've ever felt joy, peace, love ever in my life. And then that was the first time I ever felt Jesus. And dude, you couldn't wipe my smile off my face. I was jumping like crazy. Like, you can ask them.
I can.
Oh my gosh.
I can, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I can, like,
testify.
Yeah,
testify.
I can vouch for what he's saying, because I'm not trying to put dirt on you, but, like, before that, like, I know stories, and, like, both of us, like, I just know that I heard stories of things that you were doing that were not, like, not of Christ, and not what we should be doing. And I hear these stories, and, like, to think of who you are now and after that moment, I mean, everyone was like, whoa, like, Beckham's, like, on fire. Like, this kid is the coolest kid ever. Like, Beckham, he's all happy. He's, like, the coolest kid. Like, we love Beckham. and like, it was just, and you were telling them, oh, it's Jesus. Like, I have the joy of the Lord.
Dude, yeah.
And people could just tell, and like, you're like a light, I think. You're definitely a light.
Dude,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
I think you're a light too.
I think you're a light.
I need to say something.
Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
And this goes for both of you guys. I'll start with Beckham. Like, I literally, the way that me and Beckham met is like, it's again, so random, so random.
Gosh, so random.
Like, talking about random, this is so random.
Dude, it was so random. Like, no, I'm actually like thinking about it right now. It was the most randomest. This is more random than any of our stories.
Basically, and this is just like, oh, never mind. I just need to get into it. But Aiden, his girlfriend, me, and my girlfriend, we're at Rock the Universe, and we're just, going through the concerts. We just finished Caleb Gordon on our way to Forrest Frank.
Yeah.
And we see, and then Aiden, he's like, yo, hold on, I see my friend over there. I have to go say hi. I was like, okay.
Oh, and sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
But there was like, we were at a concert at Universal, which there's a ton of people there. There's thousands.
Yeah.
Like thousands. Like,
yeah.
You couldn't even see who's in the crowd. It's just like, there's just a
Yeah.
ton of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'll let him get in more into this, like, why he was here and like who he was here with. But from what I knew, like, I didn't know who he was with, but he was like with a group.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he just completely left his group and he's like, nah, I'm gonna hang out with you guys. And I was like, what? Like, I know, like, for so many people that would give them like so much anxiety to just like leave your entire group and like be with like
at a concert that
random,
big, too.
yeah, and just be with like random kids that he doesn't even know. But he was like, I guess his mindset was like, I was like, they're followers of Jesus. I want to be with them. And
That's awesome.
I'm like, this is kind of awkward. Like, it's me and Macy and Aiden and his girlfriend were worshiping, and I look back.
Sixth wheel, baby.
Sixth wheel.
Yeah.
Dude. He had his girlfriend, Aiden had his girlfriend, and dude, I was like,
Fifth wheel, sorry.
Yeah.
Fifth wheel.
Dude, I was fifth wheeling, bro.
That's fine.
No,
Yeah.
but
Hey,
it
I'll
was-
get my missing rib soon, though. It's okay.
But it was so cool because we were worshiping the Lord, and I was with Macy. And I look back for 1 second, and I see Beckham with the biggest smile on his face, just worshiping the Lord.
Oh.
And I was talking to Macy about this. I was like, and Macy said this, not even me. She's like, when I think of Jesus, I kind of like think of like Beckham. And I was like, huh, it's funny you say that. Like, because I was like kind of like thinking that. And I was like, why do you think that? I was like, because he's willing to leave everything that he has just to be with us, and just like the love that he gave us. Yeah. And like he showed us, and like the big smile on his face, like that's what I think Jesus is gonna be like.
Dude.
And I was like, this is the man, bro.
Dude,
for sure. It's so cool.
Thank you.
And we were talking about this earlier, literally 10 minutes, an hour ago, and Beckham was like, man, how do I get my fire back for Jesus? And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, he has it, right?
Yeah.
Like, look at him.
I met him today, and I was just like,
right?
Yeah, he's coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I mean, I'm glad you boys are here,
Dude.
because
I actually wasn't planning on coming, and Teddy was like, "Dude, you're coming. I'm picking you up, bro."
Yeah. Well, like I wanted you to come, and then and then you thought you couldn't go.
Yeah.
And then I waited, and it worked out.
And then it worked out. Yeah.
And it's a blessing.
Yeah.
So cool.
So far.
And then when it comes to Teddy, like, I never really knew Teddy. Like, I knew like him because he got bit by a shark.
Yeah.
And like he came to our youth group like once or twice. But like, bro, like the way that we bonded at Walking Wisely, I didn't talk about it enough. It was really special. Like the moments that we got to share is really cool.
For sure.
What was one big takeaway from Walking Wisely that you?
Yeah. So my takeaway from Walking Wisely, like you guys were talking about, the Holy Spirit. I mean, I learned what it was. I kind of knew what it was, but we got into depth of how it works, what it does, but I really learned how to handle it and how to deal with the thoughts that you get, how to act on it, and just so much detail that Pastor Tim taught us that was like just eye-opening. Yeah. And each day was a kind of a different subject.
Yeah.
I'm blanking a little bit about the last day, but I know he was talking about surrendering a lot, like putting your pride aside. Because he did for the 2 nights ask if people wanted to get saved, like just say this prayer. But yeah, I think I just learned a lot about the Holy Spirit. Yeah. And then getting close with you guys was so cool.
Favorite part.
Yeah, definitely top.
Yeah.
Dude,
part.
yeah.
It's fire.
I actually want to say something. Taken away with when you were saying like know us and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like as friends, dude. like I was in a super lonely time of my life where like Jesus took away a lot of my friends, and then I was just at a lonely time where I was like, dude, am I gonna ever have like friends like again? That's like I had friends.
I know what you mean.
But I didn't have like
real friends, like
real friends that that love you, you know,
Yeah.
that like, care about you, you know, and just, that want to support you and want to that have the same goals as you, you know, and you know, that follow Jesus, the most important thing. And I remember I was just at this really just lonely time of my life, and I was just praying to Jesus just for some, you know, friends that loved Jesus, and I just really was just praying every night for that, and then he worked like the whole time. He actually like he worked through my like one of my best friends, Teddy. That whole time, like how would I even know that he was gonna work through Teddy? Which I've been close with Teddy my whole life, pretty much, and then he worked through Teddy to get Tim, and now you,
let's go, baby.
And then like Aiden and
all the boys,
now, like dude, like you guys are the best.
And
guys
talk
I
about
could ever have.
talk about Tuesday night. You said, you told me you never had an experience like just seeing that many kids our age.
Yeah, so like when we went to the Tuesday night Bible study at
David.
Whose house was it?
It was at David's. Shout out Wendell for preaching.
Oh yeah, thank you. So we went to that Tuesday night Bible study, and we were all the same age. We were all 16 and stuff. And I've never experienced having a friend, sorry, redo that part.
No, you're good. Keep going.
Keep going.
Okay, all right.
You never had
I've never experienced being in a room full of guys that love Jesus also, like, and people that are my age.
Yeah.
Like it was really heartwarming. Like seeing like boys my age that also love the Lord was definitely like just so heartwarming, because I've been praying for that.
And maybe you just said that you were struggling to, like, you kind of lost friends, and I bet you that helped encourage you, like, oh, there's kids my age that are cool, that love Jesus. Like, that's all you really want. That's what you've been praying for, and that's definitely been answered.
That's so cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I love what Jesus is doing. It's awesome.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's gotta be like our title, like for this podcast, like what Jesus is doing.
Ooh.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with the shark bite and the
shark emoji.
Live
from sharks to Jesus.
Yeah.
Shark attacks to Jesus.
The jaws of the Lord.
How about this? Wait, what about this? Right?
No, but it's so comforting to see. Definitely the younger boys, the younger crews, just
trying to become men. You know,
just you guys growing up and literally learning how to grow a relationship and just having that found. Just you goons, you know, you goons, you know, just
bums, beach bums.
I wouldn't call y'all beach bums.
Really? That was Beckham's nickname growing up. Bum.
Oh, dude, it was. My little brother couldn't say my real name, which is Beckham, and he couldn't see.
He was just like bum.
Yeah, so he's like,
you bum.
He was so funny. He would call me bum. So he would just call me bum. He couldn't say my full name. So
that's funny.
No, that is fun.
But yeah, like, dude, I've told John this like 100 times. Like, 2025 is like definitely like changed.
Special.
Like, it's special, and
it's been so. We're only 3 months in it.
It's a revival, dude.
It's been so much fun.
It's a revival generation.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, you guys are a bunch of minnows.
Yeah, I like it.
No, what do you call like?
Groms.
Groms. That's the word I was thinking.
Menahoonies, bro.
Menahoonies?
Nah, you never heard that?
No.
Oh yeah, Groms. Stick with Groms.
That's the word I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Because you guys have probably watched like Juke Squad.
Yeah.
I haven't.
You recognize?
I think I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, because I've watched them for literally like ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like their skimboarding
They're
stuff.
Good? Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, they're like skimmers. They used to do prank videos.
Yeah.
Like wild ones.
Oh yeah.
You would
And
recognize.
they live in like Tampa.
Oh, cool.
So that's how I learned the surfing lingo, was like
Yeah.
watching their videos.
Mhm.
But I know nothing about it. I've always, like, before now, I felt like I was like way too big to have like a shortboard and like actually try stuff, because
Oh,
it would
true.
just sink.
Dude, they got shortboards. They got shortboards for you, or just like perfect board. It's
Oh,
out there.
dude, is that gonna be a vlog? You boys teaching me how to surf?
Dude.
That'd
I
be
mean,
sick.
Teddy does owe me surfing lessons. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh shoot!
Oh, so
really?
you're
What
oh,
happened
shoot,
to that?
surfing lessons.
He only gave me $50 for the shirt.
Yeah, I did underpay him for the shirt. So-
No, but yeah, no, that's sick. Dude, honestly, I think this is a good wrapping up point. I
I
think
agree.
it's been awesome with you boys, and we're gonna
Yeah.
definitely have you guys on again.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
For
Yeah.
sure. I mean,
I do want to talk about.
Oh,
I just want to say
yeah,
one
yeah,
more
go
thing,
for it.
and you can put this in if you want. You can do whatever you want with this.
put it in.
All right. Just about how I said how I got bitten, how that brought me closer to God. I also want to say that this girl in my life that has brought me closer to God, and it's been like ups and downs, but this girl, it was my current girlfriend. She's like, dude, she's helped me so much. Like, yeah, we like get like drift away and then come back, and then but like after walking wisely, we both got to go together, and like she's just, and before that even, she's just really been like someone I can lean on, and
Your accountability partner.
yeah, and she's someone so special in my life, so I'm really thankful for her. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, some brownie points, I see.
I just want to put that in there because
Yeah,
she definitely deserves the credit.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but
No,
you know
definitely.
who
I agree with
does?
my girlfriend.
You know who does deserve the credit?
Oh.
Jesus!
Exactly. No, I love the energy. I'm just super thankful to have you both you boys on.
Yeah,
for
And,
sure.
Man,
Appreciate
honestly,
it.
all I can say is you guys have a tournament next week.
Yeah, we do in Barbados.
Barbados.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, good luck.
It'll be live too.
It'll
Yeah.
be live.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Tim.
Maybe
You know
put
I'll be
the link
watching?
in the
Oh,
in the
This is
chat
probably gonna
box.
come out Tuesday.
Hey, don't even.
Oh,
Tuesday. Well, the contest is the 22nd, so
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
not for
I
Alright.
leave Monday, and then Teddy leaves like what, Thursday?
a couple days later,
Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah.
But yeah, no, this has been so much fun, and
Yeah.
I'm beyond thankful to have you guys.
Yeah.
You guys know what to do. If you guys are new, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. I'll put the link for the live stream for their tournament
Couple
down
likes.
below
Double tap.
to hold
Double
myself accountable to get this out by Tuesday.
Smash the subscribe button.
Smash it. We're gonna have to turn that down a lot.
What is that loud in there?
Oh,
Probably?
very loud. It's gonna be very loud.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure. But we love you. We appreciate you guys. As always, quick little announcement. Your boy got a new crib. So we'll probably be rotating over there. I got to get some stuff for the setup, but we'll be doing it at the new place.
Sick.
So that
Yeah.
could
Is
be
this the
great.
last podcast here?
No, I don't think so, because I still got to find a table, like a podcast table. Hopefully the Lord will provide those opportunities and that cash flow in, because we are self-funded. We are self-funded, but
True.
in the end, it's all for Him. A dollar amount doesn't bother me, you know, because we're doing this for the kingdom, and that's more important than anything else.
And to make disciples.
You guys know what to do. Go out, be bold. Even this kid got bit by a shark, and he's still here for the Lord. So it doesn't matter, you know, how high up you are in life or how low you are. Jesus wants a relationship with you. He loves you. He really does. Comment down below any prayer requests. And thank you guys for sticking with us through this podcast. We love you. We appreciate you, and we'll see you guys next week. This has been the Rest of the Podcast.